back to my channel. My name is Jacqueline Hernandez. I have something very exciting for today's video. I am going to be doing a makeup tutorial. Yay! I am going to be showing you guys how I created this makeup look that I have on right now, which honestly I feel like it came out better than I expected. The palette that I am going to be using today is Muñeca Divina by Emery'S. Emery'S is a small Latina owned business that was actually the first company to reach out to me and send me PR. I'm super thankful to be part of their team. This video is not going to be sponsored. I honestly genuinely love their products. I believe this is their first palette that they've ever came out with. I know they're working on their second one, and I'm honestly so excited because I love to see small businesses grow. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the palette. This is their palette. It's called Muñeca Divina. It has a Latina with her little sombrero and roses. This is such unique packaging. I don't think I've ever seen something like this, and I love the font of the lettering. I'm gonna demonstrate you guys while I open it. This is a palette, you guys. It's honestly so pretty. It has all neutral colors. It does have a couple shimmers right here. It has its dark color. The colors in this palette are very pigmented, which you will see throughout the video. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave all the prices, the names, the links down in the description box below. For the Muñeca Divina collection, they did launch the palette, and they launch 4 different eyelash styles. The first eyelash style is Diosa, and it's the one that I'm wearing right now. It's a very fluffy, dramatic eyelash. This is the packaging for the eyelashes. It has the logo of the Muñeca Divina right here. Because it's unique, I like how it has like the small sneak peek window. Second eyelash style that they did come out with is Divina. This is the style right here. I feel like Divina is more on the simpler side. It's very wearable for those individuals that like a dramatic lash but not too much. This is Divina. It's very simple, but she's also very wispy. I'm definitely gonna wear this when I just wear like foundation and I'm not wearing any eyeshadow, just because she is on the simpler side, of which I don't mind. I love simple lashes, but I'm more of the dramatic gal. The second eyelash style is called Orgullosa. Me, nah. I believe Orgullosa is the dramatic one from the collection, just because she's very fuller. As you can tell, I'm sure she's just full of everything that she keeps inside because she's so orgullosa. Just kidding. I feel like Orgullosa is definitely gonna be one of my favorite lash styles, just because she's full and fluffy, especially with like eye looks like this. I love her fluffiness and her name. Lash style is very similar to Diosa, which is the one that I'm wearing right now. She's also very fluffy and has a couple spaces between. This is the style Millonaria. Millonaria is literally stunning. Look at her. She's literally so fluffy. I love how there's spaces between eyelashes. I'm not gonna get tired of saying this, just because when there's space between eyelashes, that's gonna be the eyelash that's gonna make your eyes pop, sis. So that completes the entire Muñeca Divina collection. It does come again with a palette and 4 eyelash styles. I am very thankful that Emery'S did send me their entire Muñeca Divina PR package. If you're interested in the pigmentation of the eyeshadow palette, how well the eyelashes applied, and all of that good stuff, then just go ahead and keep on watching. So I did complete my left eye already. I did a cut crease eye look, and I tried to use as many colors as I could from the palette. I did focus more on the orange color, just because it has to be one of my favorites from the palette, and that's basically what the whole palette includes. It's more like orange and burgundy tones. I did throw a couple like shimmery gold glitter in there, so I'm excited to show you guys how I created that eye look. So for my eyebrows, I did use the Stella Beauty clear eyebrow soap. This is the only product I use. I did fill in like a couple bald spots on my eyebrows using my Anastasia dip brow, but usually this thing does the work. I also primed my eyelids using the P. Louise base in shade Rumour 1. I'm not gonna set it just because I am working with a little bit of the brighter colors, so I want to have more of a pop of color, and usually not setting my eyelid does the work. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm just blending out the base that I applied to my eyelid so I don't have any creases before I apply any eyeshadow. And I am using the Morphe E8 brush, which is like this fluffy concealer brush. Usually all the brushes that I do use are by Morphe. I am going to be using the Muñeca Divina palette by Emery'S, and these are the beautiful colors that it contains. This brush by Luxie in the number 121, and I'm using this color right here, which is a bright orange. I'm just gonna apply that color on my crease, and I'm just tapping it. Before I do blend, I like to apply the color by using tapping motions, and then once I'm finished with that, I go ahead and blend it out. And with that same brush, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend out. When I am blending it out, I just want to try to stay in the same place that I applied that color, maybe just a little bit above the crease, but not too much. I want to try to keep it right here where I am blending it out, because I am gonna be cutting my crease. So basically this is the part that's not gonna be cut, so that's where the pop of color is gonna stay, as you can tell on this side. Also using circular motions and working myself back and forth like this, so the eyeshadow can be very well blended. These colors are really pigmented, as you can tell, and I'm having no trouble blending them out. So now that I've applied this bright orange shadow and I blended it out all over my crease, I am going to be taking the Morphe M456 brush, which looks like this, and I'm taking that light orange shade that's right next to it, which is this one right here. This palette doesn't have any names, so I'm just gonna go ahead and demonstrate the colors that I will be using. I'm taking a little bit, not too much, and I am applying it a little bit above that bright orange, just so I can go ahead and try to blend it out more so there won't be any harsh lines. Just taking a clean fluffy brush and blending those two colors together. I'm gonna lie, those two colors blended out very nicely together. To give my crease more color, I am going to be using the Morphe M456 brush again. So with this brush, I am going to be taking this dark burgundy color right here. I'm going to be applying it to my crease and just blending it out, but I'm focusing more on the crease. The reason why I'm applying this color to my crease and not blending it out as much as I did throughout the eye on the previous colors is because once I cut my crease, I still want there to be a little bit of definition. I'm trying to explain the best that I can to you guys what I'm trying to do, but I'm also, you know, demonstrating it to you guys. So that color definitely gave my eye more color, so I'm taking that same clean brush and just blending out the colors. The key to eyeshadow is just blending. Blend, blend, blend the most that you can. So now that my eyelid definitely has some color, I am going to be cutting my crease, and for this step, just take a cotton swab of Garnier water. The next step is to cut the crease by using any concealer or base that you personally use. I do take my favorite flat concealer brush and this P. Louise blank canvas paint, which is the bomb, you guys. This product is amazing. Honestly, anything from P. Louise base does its job. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take that product that's on my brush and make sure that I follow my cut crease and fill it in with this paint. I already set my eyelid and I am going to apply two shimmery colors from the palette. I am going to apply this one first, which is this new shimmery right here, and halfway through the middle towards the end I am going to be applying this orange one right here, which does have like a couple gold shimmers. I'm going to be using any flat concealer brush, and before I do that step, I'm going to spray some setting spray just because it does pick up more of that product. So I'm just following that cut crease line and working my way towards the middle. That color is so pretty. Now that I've applied that nude shimmery color, I am going to use the other side of the brush and spray it down. And I am going to be taking that orange with gold sparkle eyeshadow. I am going to be applying it on the middle of my eyelid towards the outer crease. Now that I am applying that color, you're not able to see the gold sparkles as much as I thought you were going to be able to see them, but that's okay because it still gives that effect that I wanted it to give me. As you can tell, where I applied the gold shimmer and that dark orange, there's a very harsh line, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take more of that nude shimmer color. I'm just gonna try my best and blending out those two colors together. Once I've applied those shimmery colors, I'm just going back and taking that dark orange color and applying a little bit more on my crease, just because when you do work with shimmer, it does tend to get a little bit messy. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to clean it up with that same matte eyeshadow that I used at the beginning. I'm also taking some of that dark burgundy. Now I am going to be applying some dark brown color to my outer crease using this Luxie brush, and it is in the style 229. And I am going to be using these two dark brown colors right here, but of course I'm going to go ahead and start off with that lighter brown. And I'm literally just going to be tapping it to my outer crease and then blending it out. And while I'm blending that color out, I do want to make sure that I am kind of pushing it towards the inner of my eye, but not too much, just so there won't be such harsh color just at the outer crease of my eyelid. I am noticing that this eye has a lack of that new shimmery color, so I'm just going to be applying more because this one looks like it's more bright than this one. Now that my eyeshadow is finished, I am going to be applying some mascara to my eyelashes. The eyelashes I did decide to use from the collection, these right here, and they are in the style Diosa. They are very wispy, which is something that I love. I like when my eyelashes do have spaces in between them just because they give it more of a wispier and glam effect. I did apply one of the eyelashes which looks stunning. It's very wispy. It's literally what I like. So I'm moving on to face. I already moisturized my face, but I haven't primed it. For primer, I am going to be using the e.l.f. Putty Primer. And I'm just going to go ahead and be applying the product to the T-zone of my face. I'm going to color correct my under eyes with this Eyelid Girl Pro Concealer. And I believe this is in the shade Peach Concealer. And once I've applied that, I just like to blend it out like a concealer with my beauty blender. For foundation, I am going to be using these two foundations. I'm also concealing the top of my eyebrows so they can look cleaner and sharper. And I like to blend out my foundation first using a brush, and I do use the Morphe 439 brush. To take my beauty blender and apply a little bit of setting spray and just go ahead and tap that foundation into my skin, making sure that I don't have any harsh lines. For concealer today, I am going to be using the LA Pro concealer in the shade Buff. I also recently bought this concealer. I've used it before in the past and I did not like it, but I decided to give it a second try and I honestly really like it now. I feel like it's very full coverage. We are going to be using a little bit of cream contour, Wild contour stick, and it's in the shade Oaks on You. I am going to be blending it with a brush, and this brush is by Real Techniques. It doesn't have a number, but it just says buffing brush. I'm taking my beauty blender and just adding a little bit of setting spray and blending that contour out and making sure it's set into its place. I am definitely going to be setting it with translucent powder and bronzer, but we just want to make sure that it's blended out before we move on to the other step. I'm going to be setting my face using this Kylie translucent powder. So my camera died halfway while I was filming. I went ahead and removed the leftover translucent powder, and I do like my eyes to have a little bit of a brighter under eye. So the product that I use for that is actually the Fenty Beauty translucent powder. I'm going to be bronzing my face now, and the products I am going to be using for bronzer are Chocolate Soleil bronzer and the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Eyelid Ting. I do use two separate brushes when applying these bronzers. So for the Chocolate Soleil one, I like to use the Morphe R2 brush. I go ahead and top off the Chocolate Soleil bronzer using this bronzer by Fenty Beauty in the shade Eyelid Ting. I use this Morphe brush and it is the M405. Now moving on to blush, I am going to be using one of my current favorite blushes, which is by Kylie Cosmetics, and this brush is such a pretty peach color. It's just so pretty, you're gonna see in just a second, and it's in the color Close to Perfect. I'm using a Morphe Eat 4 brush, and I am just applying it to the apples of my cheeks using tapping motion. Now that I've applied my blush, I'm just going to go ahead and clean my face with that same Kylie translucent powder and my beauty blender. So I texted my mom because in the middle of this video she started using the blender now. And I was like, mira la Rita haciendo el chile para la comida, and she texted me, ¿y qué quieres que me siente? Pon la novela de Jenny. Yeah, she's obsessed with Mariposa de Barrio. While I wait for my face to bake, I like to multitask. So I'm going to do my lips. I am going to be doing like a nude brown color just so it can complement my eyes. I did finish my eyes while my camera was charging, to be using the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the shade Chai Genius. And this thing literally smells so good. It smells like chai. If you're a chai lover like me, bomb. NYX lingerie lipstick, and it's in the shade Baby Doll. So what I'm gonna do with these two lipsticks is I'm gonna use this as a lip liner. While that dries, I am going to be working on the inner corner of my eyes, and I am going to be applying this beautiful glitter by Stila. Taking this Luxie brush, and its number is 111, and just applying just a tiny bit because I don't want too much. Back to my lips. Not gonna lie, you guys, I'm honestly really impressed with my makeup look today. Everything just came to its place. I really like how everything came out. I am going to be setting my face using this Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. For highlighter, I am going to be using my favorite, which is the Anastasia Times Emery'S. I am going to be applying my highlighter with this mini fan brush by Morphe, and it's in the number M558. And then later I'm going to go ahead and blend it out using the brush M501. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I kind of suck at doing like outros of my makeup looks, which I promise I'll get better with time, but I honestly love the way that my makeup came out today. Before I do end this video, I want to thank Emery'S Lashes for sending me the Muñeca Divina PR package. It was honestly so stunning. I loved the pigmentation on the eyeshadow palette. I love how easily the eyeshadows blended out. The eyelashes, I have nothing but good things to say because ever since I tried the first pair, I've been in love with them ever since. And I also want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed me creating this makeup look. If you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial and collection, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notifications bell so you guys can get notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you guys next time.